This happened in February of 2019. I was 23 at the time, driving back from my cousin's place in northern Vermont. It was a Sunday night, maybe around 9:30 or 10. The drive was supposed to take 2 hours. I'd done it a dozen times before. Back roads mostly, through state forest land. During the day, it's pretty. At night, it's just dark. There hadn't been snow in a few days, but everything was still covered. The plows had cleared the road down to pavement, leaving these tall, dirty banks on either side. No street lights, no houses, just trees and the occasional reflective mile marker catching my headlights. I remember my phone dying around the halfway point. Not the battery, it still had charge. The signal just dropped to nothing and stayed there. I wasn't worried. I knew the route. The road curved a lot through that section, long sweeping turns that made it hard to see what was behind you. I noticed headlights maybe 10 minutes after my phone cut out. They appeared on a straight stretch, maybe a quarter-mile back. They stayed there. I wasn't speeding. I was going exactly the limit, maybe a little under because of the snowbanks. But the car behind me never got closer. It never fell back either, just kept that same distance. I slowed down a little, thinking they'd pass. They slowed down too. Then I sped up. They matched me. I told myself it was nothing. Someone else going the same speed, someone else heading south on a Sunday night. But my hands were already tighter on the wheel. The road straightened out for about half a mile. I could see the headlights clearly in my mirror now. They were high up, a truck or an SUV. The lights looked slightly off-center, like one was aimed wrong. Then they turned off. Just gone. The road behind me went completely black. I kept checking my mirror, waiting for them to come back on. They didn't. I couldn't see anything back there. No shape, no running lights, nothing. I thought maybe they'd turned onto a side road I'd missed, but I didn't remember passing one. I kept driving. My chest felt tight. I turned the radio off so I could focus. A minute later, the headlights came back on. Same distance, same vehicle. I watched them in the mirror for a long time, trying to figure out if it was the same one or something else. The way the left light tilted, it looked the same. They turned off again about 2 miles later, and then back on, and then off. I started counting in my head. They'd go dark for 30 seconds, maybe 40, then back on. Always the same distance behind me. I thought about stopping. There was a pullout ahead that the logging trucks used, but the idea of sitting still with that car somewhere behind me in the dark made my stomach turn, so I kept going. The road curved into a long S-turn, the kind where you lose sight of what's behind you for 10 or 15 seconds. When I came out of it, the headlights were gone again. I checked my mirror every few seconds. The road stayed black. Then my car started to shudder. It wasn't the engine. It felt like I'd hit something, but I hadn't. The wheel jerked left just a little. I corrected it. Then it jerked again, harder this time. The car slowed down on its own, like something was dragging underneath. I pulled onto the shoulder and the car just stopped. Engine off. Dash lights out. Everything. I tried the ignition. Nothing. I tried it again. Still nothing. I sat there in the silence, listening to my own breathing. The snow outside looked blue in the moonlight. I couldn't see more than 20 feet past the tree line. I pulled out my phone, even though I knew it wouldn't work. Still no signal. I tried the ignition one more time. That's when I saw someone standing at the edge of the road. Not in front of me. Off to the left, maybe 30 feet away. Right where the headlights would have reached if they were still on. Just standing there, facing my car, I couldn't see details. It was too dark, but I could see the shape. A person, average height, hands at their sides. They didn't move. I locked my doors. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely grip the key. I tried the ignition again. Click. Nothing. The figure started walking, not toward me, around me. A slow circle staying just outside the range where I could see them clearly. Their boots crunched in the snow. I could hear it through the glass. I tried the key again, and again. The figure kept walking. They passed behind my car. I watched them in the side mirror, just a dark shape moving through the blue snow. When they reached the passenger side, they stopped. I heard the door handle click. They were testing it, pulling the handle gently, like they were checking if it was locked. I couldn't see their face. I couldn't see anything except a silhouette standing right next to my window. I closed my eyes and turned the key one more time. The engine started. I didn't wait. I didn't look. I just put the car in drive and floored it. The tires spun for a second before they caught, and then I was back on the road, going way too fast for the conditions. I didn't care. I checked the mirror. The road was empty. No figure, no headlights. I didn't stop until I hit a gas station 45 minutes later. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I sat in the parking lot under the fluorescent lights and just breathed. The next morning I checked my car. No damage. No footprints around the doors that I could see. But the passenger side handle had these thin scratches on it, like someone had been wearing a ring. I didn't think much of it until a week later when I was clearing out my glove box and found the receipt from that gas station. I'd gotten there at 11:58 p.m. According to my cousin, I'd left his place at 9:45. The drive should have taken 2 hours, maybe 2.5 if I was going slow. I have no idea where that extra hour went. I still take that route sometimes. I've never seen that vehicle again. But I did notice something I'd missed before. There's a turnoff about half a mile before the spot where my car stalled. It's not marked, just a gap in the trees with tire tracks leading back into the woods. I've never followed it. I don't want to know where it goes.